In the top stories, CCM holds 26th annual party convention. Hurricane Melissa becomes Category 5, posed for catastrophic hit on Jamaica. And on the international scene, troops won't want to enforce Gaza peace, says King of Jordan. Welcome to the ZIZ Midday newscast. Today is Monday, the 27th day of October, 2025, and I am Jasmine Thomas. The Governing Concerned Citizens Movement, CCM, on Nevis, held its 26th annual party convention on Sunday, 26th October, at the Nevis Performing Arts Centre, NEPAC, under the theme, Proven Leadership, Secure Future. The convention's featured speaker was Naila Jones, a former Miss Culture Queen and a Caribbean Junior Minister of Tourism.
Given the current atmosphere of thought-provoking debates on leadership, projects, and our future, I thought that it was fitting. When we speak of leadership, we speak of more than titles. We speak of more than speeches. We speak of more than photographs at ribbon cutting. We speak of vision turned into action, promise turned into delivery, trust earned and renewed. When we speak of a secure future, we speak of stability, opportunity, generational continuity, not just a future hoped for, but one that is prepared for. A sustainable and stable, thriving country doesn't happen by chance, nor does it happen overnight. It cannot happen with a one-man team, and it cannot happen with just one idea. It happens when visionaries, critical thinkers, altruistic persons, leaders, and even followers convene and intentionally curate realistic plans, highlighting the strengths of our country while molding the weaknesses to be giants, transforming them into economic rewards for our country, and being able to stand amongst the giants, the biggest countries of them all. And honestly, there are a few countries we can consider biggest given the size of Nevis. Here on Nevis, we have both the challenge and the privilege of crafting that vision and walking that path. It is a path with which many jurisdictions dream of, but with which we are determined to realize. Our Concerned Citizens Movement Party has a foundation built on leadership.
Also addressing the party supporters at the convention was leader of the CCM and the Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley.
I want to greet and congratulate our party executives, our candidates and elected representatives, but most importantly, I salute you, our loyal supporters, our Caribbean brothers and sisters, and for some of you who are here, Nuestra Familia de la República Dominica. Mi español es muy malo, muy malo. Our brothers and sisters who are tuned in the diaspora, and every Nevisian who continues to hold the banner of Nevis and CCM high. Today we meet in this place, at this time, under the inspiring theme, Proven Leadership, Secure Future, to renew our covenant between the Nevisian people and this proud CCM party. When I look over the years, I'm reminded that this party, your party, the Concerned Citizens Movement, was not born out of luxury or privilege. It was born out of a deep concern for the people, out of a belief that Nevisians deserve a fair chance, that we deserve a voice, and that we deserve a government that works for them.
The convention also saw remarks from party candidates and a presentation of awards to people across the island of Nevis who have made a significant contribution to the growth and the success of the party. CCM's convention comes on the heels of the opposition Nevis Reformation Party's convention held earlier this month. Both political organizations used their gatherings to rally supporters and reaffirm their determination to win the next Nevis Island Assembly elections. In the December 22 polls, the CCM secured a third consecutive term in office, but lost the St. James constituency to NRP leader Honorable Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge at the CCM's convention party, member Latoya Jones announced her intention to contest again the St. Thomas's constituency, a seat the NRP has retained since its founding 55 years ago. The government of St. Christopher and Nevis is pleased to confirm that 27 students studying in Jamaica have arrived home safely on the 26th of October. Their evacuation was coordinated by the Office of the Prime Minister in response to the threat posed by Hurricane Melissa. This emergency operation was carried out swiftly and with great care, made possible through the generous assistance of Lyndon Gardiner, chairman of the Inter-Caribbean Airways, and his dedicated team. They ensured the students were safely transported and well cared for throughout their journey. The government expresses sincere gratitude to Gardiner and Inter-Caribbean Airways for their outstanding partnership and commitment during this critical time. Appreciation is also extended to Prime Minister the Most Honorable Andrew Holness and the Government of Jamaica for their invaluable support and cooperation. Their swift action and regional partnership helped ensure our students receive every necessary assistance on the ground. Special thanks go to Rodina Reed, Honorary Consul for St. Kitts and Nevis in Jamaica, whose tireless on-the-ground coordination helped safeguard the well-being of our nationals. The government also thanks the students and their families for their patience, cooperation, and trust throughout the evacuation process. For those students who remain in Jamaica, the government has confirmed that they are safely accommodated and in regular contact with officials. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew expressed solidarity with Jamaica, saying our thoughts and prayers are with our students, with the people of Jamaica, and with all in the path of this storm. The government of St. Christopher and Nevis stands firmly with the government and people of Jamaica and is prepared to offer assistance in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa in any way possible. Senior government and law enforcement officials in St. Kitts and Nevis are issuing a stern warning: smoking in public space is strictly prohibited and can be met with various enforcement actions, including fines and possible imprisonment. Under Section 3 of the Smoking Designated Areas Act 2023, smoking outside of designated smoking areas is prohibited. Smoking is defined in the Act as the use of any lighted or heated device or pipe or any other lighted or heated cannabis or cannabis resin intended for inhalation, including electronic smoking devices, etc. On a recent edition of the radio and television program In Focus, members of the National Council on Drug Abuse Prevention condemned the action of smoking in public, which can cause health challenges for persons with respiratory illnesses. We do not want people going around blowing smoke in people's faces, said Chair of the NCDAP, Travis Rogers. This covers cigarettes, cannabis, cigars, vaping, and the like. Rogers, who is also an Assistant Commissioner of Police in the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, reminded that while cannabis use was decriminalized, it is decriminalized, it is not legalized. As such, there are penalties prescribed by law for these acts outside of designated areas. Director of the NCDAP Secretariat, Karimu Byron Keynes, noted that the council helped to shape the cannabis-related legislation in 2023, which included amendments to the Drugs Prevention and Abatement of the Misuse and Abuse of Drugs Act, CAP 9.08. In regional news, Hurricane Melissa rapidly intensified into a powerful Category 5 storm early Monday, with forecasters warning of catastrophic flash flooding, life-threatening landslides, and extremely strong winds across the Caribbean, but especially in Jamaica. The U.S. National Hurricane Center, NHC, in Miami, urged Jamaicans to move to their shelters and remain there throughout the storm. Dangerous conditions are expected to begin Monday and continue through Tuesday as the system approaches the island. Melissa is forecast to make landfall in Jamaica early Tuesday. Government officials are scheduled to update the nation at 11:30 in the morning. As of 5 o'clock this morning, the hurricane was located 130 miles southwest of Kingston with sustained winds of 160 miles per hour, placing it at the top of the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale, and forecasters expect the storm to intensify even further before landfall. The NHC described Melissa as the most powerful storm to threaten the region since Hurricane Gilbert in 1988. Jamaica could see between 15 to 30 inches of rainfall, along with damaging winds, extensive infrastructure impacts, and a dangerous storm surge along the southern coast. We now take a look at news on the international scene. Countries would reject being asked to enforce peace in Gaza if deployed under the Trump ceasefire plan, King Abdullah of Jordan has told the BBC. What is the mandate of security forces inside of Gaza? And we hope that it is peacekeeping, because if it is peace enforcing, nobody will want to touch that, said King Abdullah in an exclusive interview for BBC Panorama. Peacekeeping is that you're sitting there supporting the local police force, the Palestinians, which Jordan and Egypt are willing to train in large numbers, but that takes time. If we're running around Gaza on patrol with weapons, that's not a situation that any country would like to get involved in. The King's comments reflect concern from the U.S. and other nations about being dragged into a continuing conflict between Hamas and Israel, or Hamas and other Palestinian groups. According to the UN, peace enforcement uses coercive measures, including military force, while peacekeeping operates with the consent of the parties to a conflict, and troops only use force in self-defense and defense of their mandate. Under U.S. President Trump's 20-point peace plan, Arab states and international partners are to commit stabilization forces that will train and provide support to vetted Palestinian police forces in Gaza, and will consult with Jordan and Egypt, who have extensive experience in this field. Hamas is to disarm and give up political control of the territory. And now for a look at the weather. Right now, the weather is cloudy with some showers nearby. We have a gentle breeze coming from the east at 12 miles per hour. The temperature is 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunset today will be at around 5:42 p.m. and sunset tomorrow at around 6 o'clock. Looking ahead, winds will blow from the east-southeast at 7 to 17 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate, around 4 to 6 feet. For today, expect partly cloudy skies with a 60% or moderate chance of showers. Tonight will stay partly cloudy with a 40% chance of showers. That's your weather forecast, valid until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.